What's up? Shaka Wasabi here. Today I'm going to be going over what I would call a unconventional build for that late end or high end content, PvE content per se. And we're talking Grandmaster Nightfalls, strikes, raids, whatever in regards to PvE like dungeons. Now this build revolves around several mods that for some reason I just never see people use for when I'm doing LFGs. For whatever reason they're not using these mods, and you have to really take advantage of these things because they're freaking awesome. But the ones I'm talking about are the raid mods. We've got the armament mods, invigoration, the barrier, repurposing. There's several versions of these and they all come from the raids. We've got the Last Wish for the Taken versions of this. You got the Fallen from the Scourge of the Past, and then the Hive ones you get Crown for Sorrow. Now actually a lot of these Crown Sorrow ones I got most of them from the Menagerie. If you play the heroic version, there's a very good chance you'll get these. So I highly recommend you do that if you don't feel like doing the raids. And in regards to the Taken ones, you can get these from the Last Wish, but you don't have to play the whole raid. There's those 2 secret chests. You can get the mods from there. And for the Fallen ones, there's that secret chest in the Scourge of the Past. That one's a little bit harder to get, but you can farm it with 3 characters. When I say farm, just with the 3 characters per week. So if you get a buddy, you can do it every week and just kind of swap around 3 different characters. Now I'm just going to go over the reason why these mods are so good. Now you have armaments. This one, the Taken armaments. Defeating a Taken enemy with a grenade grants heavy ammo. This is one of the key mods that you can use during the raid or any high-end PvE content. Specifically, I took advantages during the GMs. Now, just recently, Bungie had the double rewards. I just really used these mods to my advantage to farm those GMs. And with the runs, we were getting them down for platinums. At least, I would say, 15-minute runs on average, even shorter with a better group. But just lately, we've been using these type of mods with the Strange Terrain GM and also the 1080. And kind of funny is that we decided just to 2-man the 1080s because we just couldn't find a decent LFG person to play with. So it's like, oh, the heck with it. We'll just 2-man this thing. So we managed to get it within 10 minutes, just 2-manning the Strange Terrain. Now it's 1080, and we probably could have shortened it down a little bit, but the next time the Lake of Shadows comes up, we'll be definitely ready to farm that. And honestly, it's kind of broken by doing that, because we've pretty much masterworked every piece of armor in our vault because of the farming. But going back to this. So you've got this, and as you can see, if you get grenade energy you get grenade energy that helps with getting the grenade kills, you can see that basically you're going to get full heavy ammo whenever you want it. Invigoration, the great one here. Defeating a challenging Taken enemy refreshes your class ability. That's helpful. Taken barrier, this is a great one as well. Receiving Taken damage gives a 20% reduction in damage for 10 seconds. Pretty nice, especially in those Grandmasters. Taken repurposing, destroying a Taken shield refreshes your grenade ability. And you'll see this one's pretty key as well, since a lot of those enemies in Grandmasters have shields. So, like I said, there's different variations of these. You got the Taken, the Fallen, and the Hive. Depending on what you're playing against, like Strange Terrain, they're all Hive, so you want to kind of pop on armor with Hive mods. If it's Taken, like Lake of Shadows, we were using the Taken version. Now the important thing is you have to have armor pieces to be able to incorporate these mods, and that's the tough part. I had to dig up old armor pieces from the vault just to use the Hive version, but you can use armor pieces from the Crown of Sorrow. To use the Taken ones, I did have to dig up some, actually the Scourge of the Past armor pieces use these. But I'll go over my setup. But with these mods, You know, with the right exotic coupled with it, you can do some quite a bit of damage or run through those GMs pretty fast. And you know, typically you'll see a lot of people use, you know, the Controverse Hold, especially since the artifact's got the Oppressive Darkness and Overload grenades. But I mean, that's just temporary for this season right now. So, but if you use it with a Controverse Hold, really great build. But here's the build I'm suggesting to use, which works pretty well. The only disadvantage is you won't have that Oppressive Darkness and Overload grenade from the artifact. But hopefully in the future they'll do something with solar. But my recommendation is, if you want to use like a well, and there's sometimes you do want to use a well versus like a Nova, go solar and use Starfire Protocol. Now this exotic here, as a refresher, the armor perk is Fusion Harness. Fusion grenades have additional charge and recharge from empowered weapon damage. Fusion grenade kills grant rift energy. So if you think about how you can use this with like the armament mod, you can see that you can pretty much have unlimited grenades and heavy ammo. You get 2 fusion grenades, and if you're in an empowering rift, which is also a great thing to have because the additional damage you do to those adds, especially in GM, it's helpful. You can get grenade energy back. A couple kills, you get a full grenade back. If you do the final blow with a fusion grenade, it grants you the full rift energy. So it's pretty cool. So you got this endless cycle where you're getting grenade energy and rift energy, and in the process you're generating heavy ammo. So that's the key thing about this build. You know, it works really well. In comparison to the Controverse Hold, the disadvantage, of course, is with the Controverse Hold, you can throw a grenade and you can get grenade energy by RNG, just by the nature of this exotic. And also, if you're hitting like a boss, it kind of does additional tick damage. With this, with Starfire Protocol, you'll have to get a kill with those trash ads, and there's plenty of those. And if you play a strike long enough, you'll know where the trash ads are, and you kind of farm them. So you kind of look forward to seeing those little thralls or whatever come by so you can get some more heavy ammo. So the benefits of using the solar subclass is, of course, to be able to use the Starfire Protocol, but you know, you're able to use the Empowering Rift here. And here, the Empowering Rift, conjure a well of light that increases weapon damage for those inside it. So essentially you get to do more damage as well as get some grenade energy since it's coupled with the Starfire Protocol. But the nice thing is you got some more versatility here. You've got 2 fusion grenades that you can either do damage with or you can use as a healing grenade. So a little bit of a trade-off. 2 healing grenades given up so you don't have a healing rift but an empowering rift. Still works out. In addition, the super is awesome on the solar subclass here, because if you go with a sword build, most of the time you can kill bosses fairly quickly. We pretty much used the sword build when we were doing Lake of Shadows and melted the boss every time. As long as you've got a couple folks using the sword and they know what they're doing, you can easily farm that strike sub 15 easy every time. In addition to the middle tree subclass here, you've got Guiding Flame. You can strike an enemy with his melee ability to inflict burn damage and empower yourself and nearby allies. Again, you can do more damage. More importantly, you got Divine Protection. Convert your grenade into a blessing that heals ally targets and drops overshields you and your allies can pick up. Activate Divine Protection while gliding to hover in midair. Like I said, you can basically have 2 fusion grenades as healing grenades. Also, you have Benevolent Dawn here. Healing or empowering allies regenerates your grenade, melee, and rift energy. This is really important. In addition to regenerating your grenades with a Starfire Protocol while you're sitting in an empowering rift, as long as your allies run through your rift or you heal them with a grenade, you get your abilities you regenerate your grenade, melee, and rift energy much faster. You'll notice a significant increase when that happens. So just a quick overview of my armor. Like I said, I had to dig up some old vault armor here, but this one I put Hive Barrier. This one I put Hive Repurposing, and I also put the Unstoppable pulse here, since this week it was unstoppable and anti-barrier on strange terrain. Here, you know, put an Infernal Whip. That actually helps with unstoppables. Wouldn't recommend using it or relying on it, but it is a nice addition to have from the artifact. And Hive Armaments, like I said, the biggest key one right there. And Hive Invigoration. So, pretty easy setup. I just wish more people would use these raid mods just to help them get through the GM content or the high-end content. Alright, that's it for the video. Hopefully you can tell from the build that it's great for late-end or high-end PvE content, especially if you have that specific strike or GM that you're farming. It's great against specific Taken, Fallen, or Hive. So I recommend you take advantage of those mods. It is going to require a little bit of work to get the right armor pieces, but it's definitely worth it in the end. So if you found the video helpful, please do the YouTube thing, like, subscribe, and share the video. Wasabi out.